Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to our online project Ekalaiva. Last class we have discussed about carbon and its uses and in what way it plays a versatile role. Let us discuss in detail about the versatile role of carbon now. Versatile nature of carbon. What is the meaning of the term versatile? It is nothing but carbon can play the role as all-rounder. Okay? So, it can bond with any number of carbon atoms to give more organic compounds, and it can bond with any element whether it is a metal or non-metal. Okay, if you check, metals have the specific tendency with bonding with the non-metals, so that they form ionic compounds. Likewise, non-metals can combine with metals as well as non-metals also, but carbon is the only element which can bond with the metal as well as non-metal and form n number of compounds. Okay. Now let us check the versatile nature. The first nature of carbon, let me select the pen. Okay. So, versatile nature, the first nature is catenation. What is catenation? Actually, it is nothing but self-linkage of carbon. Okay, self-linkage, which means that carbon can bond with any number of carbon atoms to form a long chain compound like cellulose in plants. Okay, it is also an organic compound which contains more number of carbon atoms in a linear chain. Okay, so it can form any number of, it may be 100 number of carbon atoms also, it may be 1000 number of carbon atoms also can combine together with the help of this tendency called catenation, that is self-linkage, and then it forms more organic compounds. Okay. So, what is this called catenation? Actually, it is the unique ability to form bonds. What is bonds? Actually, bonds are nothing but energy linkage. Energy linkage. Okay. So, the electrons of carbon can bond with electrons of the other elements, so that a linkage will be produced, energy linkage will be produced between the two atoms. Okay. So, that will be getting a molecule, right. So, with other atoms, it may be a metal or non-metal and gives rise to a large molecules, and such property is only called as what? Catenation. Okay. And these compounds, which compounds? Carbon compounds, may have long chains of carbon atom or branched chain of carbon, or even carbon atoms arranged as a ring. Okay. So, carbon can form a linear chain like this. Any number of carbon atoms can link together as a straight chain to form a long chain compound, organic compounds, because the compounds which are produced by carbon are called organic compounds, because they are the sources of organs and plants. Okay, right. And then it may be as a branch also. If there are 3 carbon atoms, okay, let us add one more carbon and it will form branch. That means out of these 4 carbons, one of the atom form as a branch, so that we have got the branched structure of carbon compound, right. And they may form as a ring. How they can form rings? With this 4 carbon atoms, it forms a ring structure like this. If there are more than 4 carbon atoms, if there are 5 carbon, let us check. Okay, this bond will not come, right. So, like this cyclic compounds can be formed. So, such cyclic compounds are only called as what? Ring structured compounds. So, due to this catenation tendency, carbon can form linear chain, branched chain, as well as a ring structure, right. And the next property is tetravalency. Already we know that, and we have discussed also, Carbon contains 4 electrons in the valence shell. Okay, there are 4 electrons around the carbon atom in the valence shell, right? So, in that 4 electrons, all the 4 electrons have the tendency of bonding with any element, right? And such tendency is called as tetravalency, because carbon has 4 electrons in the outermost shell. So, the valency of carbon is 4 only. So that it is able to form compounds using that 4 electrons in the outermost shell, so that its valency is tetravalent. Okay? Tetravalent, which means it has 4 valence electrons. And those 4 valence electrons are involved in bonding with other elements or carbon element itself to form many number of compounds. Okay? So, these are the main 2 properties of carbon which tends to form more number of organic compounds. Okay? And next we are going to check in detail what is meant by catenation tendency of carbon, how they form compounds with other elements, so that this catenation helps carbon to form a linear chain. Okay? So, already I told you that catenation is nothing but self-linkage. Okay? Self-linkage of carbon using 4 valence electrons, right? So that carbon can link with any number of carbon atoms like this. It may be a linear chain or a branched chain, whatever it is. So, it can form more number of compounds. So, if you take carbon, there are 4 valence electron which can be represented by the Lewis structure. If we represent only the valence electron around the element, then it is called as Lewis structure. So, the Lewis structure of carbon represents, it has 4 valence electron. Using that 4 valence electron, see the electron of this carbon, let us take, this is the first carbon and this is second carbon. Okay? So, using the electron of first carbon and second carbon, an energy linkage will be produced between these 2 carbon atoms. Okay? So, the electron, because carbon cannot donate its electron to the next element, right? So, that it will share the electron of second carbon. Likewise, the second carbon share the electron of first carbon. So, that produces an energy linkage. Okay? And the bond which is formed due to mutual sharing of electrons are called covalent bond. Covalent bond. What is the meaning? The valence electrons are combined together, that means mutually shared together to form such bond is called covalent bond. Okay? So, using this catenation tendency, carbon can form n number of compounds and there will be more number of carbon atoms in the linear chain to give more number of organic compounds. The next tendency is tetravalency. Actually, you know that the valency of carbon is 4 because carbon contains 6 electrons. When we draw the electronic configuration, which shows that carbon contains 2 electrons in K shell and 4 electrons in L shell. Okay. Now, these are the 4 electrons which are considered to be valence electrons. And these 4 valence electrons are giving the valency called tetravalency. Tetra for 4. Okay, valency. Now, using this tetravalency, carbon can bind with any element. Okay, it may be a metal or a non-metal. Let us see some examples. If carbon is bonding with hydrogen, okay, using its one electron, it will be bonded with the hydrogen, so that forms single covalent bond. Okay, if carbon bonds with oxygen, valency of oxygen is 2, so that 2 electrons of carbon reacts, that means what? Mutually shared with 2 electrons of oxygen to form a double bond. Okay, if you check this compound, let us take, I have given only one hydrogen here. If we use all the 4 electrons of carbon, then 4 hydrogen atoms can combine with this carbon. Okay, so that all the 4 bonds are single bond only. So this is a representation of methane molecule. Okay, if you take carbon dioxide, then carbon has 4 electrons. 2 electrons of carbon will be mutually shared with one oxygen atom, and other 2 electrons of carbon will be bonded with other 2 oxygen atom, other one oxygen atom, and then the 2 electrons of oxygen atom to form the tetravalent. Okay, so this is carbon dioxide. Likewise, when carbon is bonded with nitrogen, the valency of nitrogen is 3, isn't it? So the 3 electrons of carbon should share with 3 electrons of nitrogen. Then only the valency of carbon will be satisfied. Okay, then what happened to the other electron of carbon? That other electron of carbon will be bonded with hydrogen atom. Okay, now you know that nitrogen contains 5 electrons in its outermost shell, but only 3 electrons are considered to be bonding electrons, so that those bonding electrons are just get bonded with 3 electrons of carbon, and the other 2 electrons which are present on the other side of nitrogen, they will not involve in bonding, so they are called as non-bonding electrons. Non-bonding electrons. Okay, so here we have triple bond. So these are some of the examples, and what is the name of this compound? HCN, hydrogen cyanide. Okay, so this is how carbon, using the 4 valence electrons of it, to get bonded with the other elements to form such compounds. Okay. The next thing we are going to discuss about is a bonding nature in carbon atom. What type of bond? Because already we have discussed about the bonding type. One is ionic bond, the other one is covalent bond. Already I told you that carbon cannot form ionic compounds because it cannot lose electron or gain electron. Only by mutual sharing of electrons it can form covalent compounds, I said, isn't it? As we know that the atomic number of carbon is 6 because it has 6 protons and 6 electrons. Atomic number is nothing but either the number of protons or number of electrons. Okay. So as its atomic number is 6, the electronic configuration of carbon shows that it has 6 electrons, 2 in the K shell, 4 in the L shell. Now the 4 electrons present in the L shell are considered to be the valence electrons. Okay, and to get the stability, it cannot donate or lose electron. Instead, that 4 valence electrons can be bonded by sharing mutually with other elements. Okay, it cannot lose or it cannot gain because it is very difficult to carbon to get, that means hold the electrons more than 6 in the orbit. Okay, so it does not lose or does not gain electrons. So only it can form covalent compounds by mutual sharing of electrons. Okay. Now let us check what are the different types of bonding formed in carbon. Before that, let us check the electronic configuration of carbon to understand the bonding nature. So electronic configuration of carbon shows that 2, 4, which means that 2 electrons in K shell and 4 electrons in L shell. That means in nucleus 6 protons and 6 neutrons are present. And in the first orbit, which is considered to be the K shell, whose accommodation is 2, so that only 2 electrons can be filled in. And the next orbit is K shell, okay, which is filled with the remaining 4 electrons. Okay. So now as we discussed earlier, carbon cannot lose these 4 electrons and it cannot gain 4 more electrons. If it loses the 4 electrons, then this orbit will be vanished totally, isn't it? And the inner shell will be attracted towards the nucleus, right? So that the atom cannot exist if it loses the electron. What happens if it gains electron? If 4 more electrons are gained, then what happened? The cell is so small and then more repulsion will take place. Okay, and due to that repulsion, because if you check the shell is very small only. So if you add 4 more electrons, the electron and electron will get repel each other because they are same charged ions, particles, isn't it? Subatomic particles. So that they get repel each other, they get deviated from their orbital path and then they may come out of the orbit. Okay. So what happened? The atom may decompose. Right, the atom cannot exist in both the cases, right? So carbon can share the electrons from valence shell to get bonding with the other elements, okay? Next, formation of covalent bond. By mutually sharing the electrons, carbon can form the bond type is called covalent bonds, okay? Already I told you and explained you about the covalent bonding nature. Covalent. The valence electrons are mutually shared between the atoms to form energy linkage. That is only called as covalent bond. Okay? Covalent bond is a chemical bond formed by sharing of electrons between the atoms. It may be the identical atom of carbon or else different atoms can also be bonded with carbon. It is only carbon atom show covalent bond? No, other atoms are also there in carbon family. Okay, that you will discuss in your higher class. When you go to the higher class, you will be learning in detail about that. The sharing of one pair of electrons result in the formation of single covalent bond. Just now I said how the single covalent bond is formed. For example, carbon, one electron of carbon is shared with one electron of hydrogen, then the 2 electrons, that means one pair of electron. This is one pair, 2 electrons, one pair, okay, of electrons form single covalent bond. Even with the carbon also it is possible. Carbon can bond with other carbon atom using the single covalent bond. Okay. And in the next case, carbon can bond with other element or carbon itself using double bond. Okay. Double covalent bond. So using 2 electrons of carbon and 2 electrons of other atom or 2 electrons of other carbon atom, it can form double covalent bond. Okay. And third type is triple covalent bond. Okay, triple covalent bond. In that case, how many pairs of electrons will be involved? 3 pairs of electrons. Here, 2 pairs of electrons form double bond and 3 pairs of electrons will bonded, that means sharing to get triple bond. Okay, already I told you carbon with other carbon atom or carbon with nitrogen are the examples for triple covalent bond. Okay. Now, what are the other examples to get the formation of single covalent bond of carbon? Let us check that, children. Let us take the simplest compound called methane, okay, which is considered to be the natural gas, which contains one carbon atom and 4 hydrogen atoms. Okay, and the formula is CH4. So what happened here? Carbon has 4 valence electrons, and these 4 valence electrons are bonded with 4 hydrogen atoms to form single covalent bond. Okay, so let us check that. Hydrogen, 4 hydrogen atoms. Okay. See, I am using different symbols for the electrons of carbon and electrons of hydrogen. For example, the electrons of carbon are represented by cross symbol, where I have used the dot symbol for the representing the electrons of hydrogen. Okay. Now, this pair of electron of carbon and hydrogen forms a single covalent bond, and this pair of electron form a single covalent bond. Now, this pair of electron forms single covalent bond, and this pair of electron forms single covalent bond. So, the actual structure is CH4. It is not that carbon can bond only with the hydrogen to form single covalent bond. Carbon can bond with carbon also, any number of carbon atom with a single covalent bond to form many compounds. Okay. So, this is how the electron of carbon is shared by hydrogen. The same way electrons of hydrogen are shared by the carbon. Now, if you count the number of electrons around the carbon atom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, it obeys octet. Octet means what? Element should contain 8 electrons to get stabilized. Okay. So, this is how carbon can form single covalent bond with hydrogen or carbon atom itself to form single covalent bonded compounds. So, simplest compound we have checked for methane. Okay. Next, double covalent bond. How carbon can form double covalent bond with other elements? Okay. If you check, let us take an example, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, the formula of carbon dioxide is CO2, which means that there is one carbon atom and 2 oxygen atoms are there. Okay, which means that carbon contains 4 electrons in the valence shell, which can share with 2 atoms of oxygen to form this carbon dioxide molecule. So, carbon, it has 4 valence electrons and 2 oxygen atoms are there. So, we are taking carbon as the central atom and oxygen on the either side to understand easily how they get bonded. Okay. So, now you know that oxygen contains 6 electrons in the valence shell. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Among these 6 electrons, only these 2 are going to involve in bonding, and the other electrons, these electrons are considered to be non-bonding electrons. Okay, only these 2 electrons of oxygen are going to involve in bonding with carbon. Okay, so it bonds double bond, and the same way this oxygen also contains 6 electrons around it. Okay, only these 2 electrons are considered to be the bonding electrons, so that it can combine with the carbon. That means what? Mutually shared with the carbon to form CO2 molecule. Now, other 4 electrons, that means these pair of electrons, 2 pairs are there, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, it contains 2 pairs. Or 1 pair contains 2 electrons. So, 2 pairs of electrons are there. They are considered to be non-bonding electrons. Okay. So, this is how carbon can get bonded with other elements to form double covalent bond. Even carbon itself can bond with other carbon atom using the 2 electrons, okay, to form double covalent bond. Right? Okay. Now the next one is formation of triple covalent bond. So triple covalent bond, in the sense 3 pairs of electrons should get mutually shared. Okay. So that nitrogen is an atom which is trivalent. When it is bonded with the carbon, the 3 electrons of carbon will shared by nitrogen, 3 electrons of nitrogen, to form triple covalent bond. Or else carbon itself can bonded with other carbon atom using the 3 electrons, okay, to form triple covalent bond. Okay. Next, carbon compounds which are otherwise called as hydrocarbons. Okay. So about hydrocarbons we'll check in detail in the next class, children. Okay. To get more videos, please subscribe our channel so that you will get the latest update. Thank you.